So hello and namaste everyone. Welcome to the channel. In today's episode, we are going to talk about the Halo Infinite flight that we got to play. And boy, do I have a lot to say. So let's get right into it. This flight took place over 2 weekends, unlike the previous ones, which was 1 weekend. The first weekend was accessible to all Xbox insiders, but the second weekend was a bit interesting. Just 2 days before the second weekend started, we got the news that the flight will be available to all of Xbox players, not just insiders. And I am guessing it's because of Big Team Battle. Now that the flight is over and a lot of people have gotten their hands on it and tested it out, let's talk about it in detail. Main menu. The first thing that you see when you start any game is the main menu. The main menu has 3 pages to surf through: the Play tab, the Customize tab, and the Shop tab. The Play tab has 2 options right now, which is Multiplayer and the Academy. The Academy is a place for you to practice your game. You have the weapon drills and the training mode, which can be a good way to learn about the mechanics of the game before getting into a real match. The first option that you get in Academy is the weapon drills. This is a gun range like mode where you can try out all different weapons and hit targets. You get access to good number of guns in this flight. Each gun feels a little different and lands shots very differently. So you might want to try out each of them before you get into a real match and when the game comes out. Here is a list of weapons that was available in this flight: the assault rifle, the battle rifle, the pulse carbine, the command, the shock rifle, the sidearm pistol, the plasma pistol, the bulldog, the needler, the heat wave, the sniper, the skewer, the ravager, and the rocket launcher. Each weapon has 3 modes categorized by difficulty. The first mode is easy one, where the enemies are stationary and you have to shoot at them. The second mode is the medium one, where the enemies move around a little bit. The third mode is the hard one, in which the enemies move in unpredictable patterns and they are also shooting back at you. So in some weapon modes, there are enemies which crouch and jump depending on which weapon you've chosen. The next mode in the Academy is the training mode. The training mode has 4 maps for training: the Behemoth, the Bazaar, the Recharge, and the Live Fire. The maps are different, but the mode is same, which means the UI and the features are same. You have changeable primary weapon, primary grenade, secondary grenade, and equipments. Friendly bots and enemy bots are also customizable, with the maximum number of bots of 4 and minimum 0. You can choose the bot difficulty level ranging from Recruit and Marine to ODST and Spartan. Recruit being the easy one, Marine being the medium one, ODST being the hard one, and the Spartan being the expert one. You have features like enemy location, infinite ammo, deathless mode. The training mode is surprisingly very effective, unlike other training modes in other games. Other FPS games. The bots are amazing, especially the ODST bots. I would suggest you to play with the ODST bots when the game comes out for practice, because they are a perfect balance. They are not too overpowering, but at the same time, they aren't very easy to hit. The ODST bots will feel more human-like with their behaviors and patterns than compared to Spartans or Marines. You can take them down one-on-one with a little challenge, but if they are in groups, be ready to get slayed. Now we come to multiplayer. The first mode in the multiplayer is the bot arena. You have the same 4 maps in this mode. You have a playlist of matches with different modes, the modes being Strongholds, Capture the Flag, and Slayer. Unlike the first flight, you have matches of mixed bots in this flight, which means not all bots in a match are of the same difficulty. In some matches, you could have 2 Marines and 1 ODST and 1 Spartan, and in some maps, another permutations of the bots. The second mode in the multiplayer is the PvP arena, which is the player versus player arena. Just like the bot arena in this playlist has matches with different modes on different maps. Well, not so different. The maps and modes are the same as before. Stronghold, Slayer, and Capture the Flag on Behemoth, Bazaar, Recharge, and Live Fire. The only difference being the PvP aspect. As in, instead of bots, you fight and you play with other players. It's player versus player. The final mode, which came on the second weekend, was the one which I was excited for the most, and I'm sure everyone was. That is the big team battle. This was a big one, literally. Although this mode came with just one map called Fragmentation, the map was big and it had some amazing high points for sniping and some great low points for sneaking through. You could ride the Warthog, the Ghost, the Mongoose, the Banshee, the Scorpion Tank, and the Pelican. There were these jump points on different locations on the map. It was more of a jump boost, honestly. You had these caves with some amazing loots inside. Big team battle is bigger and larger than before. Instead of 8v8, it's literally 12v12. And this time it's with 3 amazing modes, which is the Big Team Slayer, Capture the Flag, and Total Control. Now let's move on to vehicles. The vehicles in this game are amazing. They have the nostalgia and yet they feel modern. The Warthog looks a lot like the one from Forza Horizon 4. The controls obviously are not like Forza though. The controls are more like the classic Halo games, more like Halo 3. We have the Mongoose, the Scorpion Tank, and the Pelican, which feel very classic. We also have the Banished Covenant vehicle, the Banshee, and the Ghost. The Ghost feels really good and it's powerful enough. It's not too overpowering, but it does hold an advantage in big team battle. Overall, you get the classic Halo vehicle experience with the modern mechanics, so it feels like a good action game. Next are the equipments. Now, you can equip yourself with different equipments available at different points on the map. The arena maps have fewer equipments, like 2 or 3 in some maps. The big team battle has all the equipments on the map. The equipments are basically for utility and not so much for damaging. You have the active camo, the threat sensors, the thruster, the repulsor, the grapple shot, the drop wall, and the overshield. They're all very useful, but 2 of them are special and they caught my eye very quickly. The repulsor and the grapple shot. The number of creative ways in which these equipments can be used is amazing to me. You must have already seen the video where a guy threw the grenade at a skewer, and when it bounced back at him, he used the repulsor and killed the enemy adjacent to him. I can't even explain what players will do with the grapple shot. I have seen people grapple back from edges of the map where they've fallen. I've pulled weapons, I've hijacked vehicles with it. You can grapple on enemies. Hell, you can grapple behind an enemy and kill them from behind. If you're an aware person, you're an aware player, you can get out of fights by grappling and leaving. I saw a video where someone was grappling through the map continuously and the video said Spider-Man on Xbox. I'm not sure if it was a glitch, but I grappled a guy out of the Warthog passenger seat, and it has so many possibilities in this game. The personal AI. The personal AI in this game is quite amazing. Right now we have 4 AI, but I'm certain they will add more when the full game releases. The current ones are the Butler, Fret, Lumu, and Cersei. You have to check out which suits your personality the most or which you like better. Butler and Cersei are more of the sophisticated sounding AI, and Fred and Lumu are the more humorous ones. I personally love Fred myself because he is funny and it kind of lightens my mood when I'm playing, especially when I'm having a bad game. Customization. The customization as of in the beta is very limited. You can change the color of your Spartan's armor, the visor of the helmet shape, the shoulder pads, the knee pads, the wrist cap, wrist pads. These are all according to your level as a Spartan and what you have unlocked through the battle pass. You have the UI customization where you can change the color of an enemy team and also of your own team. I personally prefer classic blue versus classic red, but I know people who have changed it to yellow and purple or even green. You also have the freedom to change your AI. You have weapon skins, and by the time the game comes out, I think we will have some vehicle skins too. Now, let's move on to the shop. We also have the shop menu in this game for microtransactions. So the flight, you start off with 3000 credits, which they provide you. You can spend all of these in the shop. You can buy the battle pass. You have 2 weapon skin options, an armor coating option, and a few other cosmetics. After buying everything in the shop, I still had nearly 150 credits left. I tried to check if we can add credits, but it's blocked for right now. It makes sense, it's still a beta, and I obviously knew I wouldn't be able to add credits. Hey, but I had to check. The add credits page as of right now only shows the loading sign and nothing else. Now, let's talk about what I loved and what complaints I have about the game. And don't worry, I'm not going to complain about the fruit physics and the Warthog tires blowing up. I played the game on my Xbox Series S and also on my PC. On my Xbox, I got a few frame drops specifically in the weapon drills mode. Nowhere else, not in real matches. Apart from that, I didn't face any frame drop anywhere. The game crashed on me once and I got kicked out of the fire team a couple times. Overall, the game was pretty solid and stable on the Xbox. On PC though, on PC, I had a lot of frame drops during matches. The game crashed on me multiple times and the resolution dropped during the match. I'm not sure how much it dropped, but it did drop. The game is pretty buggy on PC and it needs a lot of work on optimization. The first week of the flight was literally dog shit on my PC. On the second day of the second week, there was an update for PC, which improved the frames and resolution a whole lot, at least for me. I still believe the game needs work on PC though. The gameplay is absolutely amazing. The gun mechanics are incredible. The visuals are more like Halo 3, but the game feels modern. 343 Industry has found a lightning in a bottle when it comes to Halo. This game resembles Halo 3's aesthetic more than the newer Halo games. The problems that I had with Halo 4 and 5 are now solved. I was not a fan of sprint in Halo 5, but in this game, it just works great. They're onto something with the grapple. The sandbox is amazing. The physics are great. The vehicles feel good. The power weapons are perfectly balanced. They're perfectly managed. The progression in this game though, that is the problem to me. So, you don't get a fixed amount of XP after each match you play. You complete the challenges and then you get the XP. You get the level up. Without challenges, you don't get anything. They need to figure something out because casual players aren't going to get battle pass if they have to sit through and finish each challenge to get that skin they want or that cosmetic they want. They want XP after each match so they can level up and use their cosmetics while they're playing. This is where they need to work something out. Although they did say that our battle pass will never expire, which means we can revisit and finish older seasons battle pass. Anyways, the game overall feels great and gives me the confidence that at least the multiplayer is great, and it also gives me a little hope for the single player. They have the mechanics, they nailed it, they have the gameplay worked out, the visuals are beautiful. All they need is a good story to nail it. So that's the video, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Halo Infinite multiplayer, and did you enjoy the game, and did you enjoy this video? Hit the like button if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel. Happy gaming.